The book of Numbers, chapter 16, verse 1, Numbers 16 and 1, Numbers the 16th chapter and the first verse. Some leaders turned against Moses. Korah, Dathan, Abiram, and On turned against Moses. Korah was the son of Izhar. Izhar was the son of Kohath, and Kohath was the son of Levi. Dathan and Abiram were brothers, the sons of Eliab, and On was the son of Peleth. Dathan, Abiram, and On were descendants of Reuben. These four men gathered 250 other men from Israel together and came against Moses. They were leaders who had been chosen by the people. All the people knew them. They came as a group to speak against Moses and Aaron and said, "You've gone too far. You are wrong. All the Israelites are holy. The Lord still lives among them. You're making yourselves more important than the rest of the Lord's people." When Moses heard this, he bowed his face to the ground to show that he was not being proud. Then Moses said to Korah and all of his followers, "Tomorrow morning the Lord will show who belongs to him. He will show who is holy, and he will bring that man near to him. He will choose him and bring that man near to him. So Korah, you and all your followers should do this. Tomorrow put fire and incense in some special pans and bring those pans before the Lord. He will choose the man who is holy. You Levites have gone too far. You are wrong." Moses also said to Korah, "You Levites, listen to me. You should be happy that the God of Israel chose you to be different from the rest of the Israelites. He let you come near to him to do this special work in the Lord's holy tent to help the Israelites worship him. Isn't that enough? He brought you Levites near to him to help the priests, but now you're trying to become priests also. You and your followers have joined together and turned against the Lord. Did Aaron do anything wrong? No. So why are you complaining against Aaron?" Then Moses called Dathan and Abiram, the sons of Eliab, but the two men said, "We will not come. You brought us out of a land that was filled with many good things. You brought us to the desert to kill us. Now you want to show that you have even more power over us. Why should we follow you? You did not bring us into the new land filled with the many good things. You did not give us the land God promised. You did not give us the fields of vineyards. Will you make these men your slaves? No, we will not come." So Moses became very angry. He said to the Lord, "I never did anything wrong to these people. I never took anything from them, not even a donkey. Don't accept their gifts." Then Moses said to Korah, "You and all your followers will stand before the Lord tomorrow, and Aaron will also be there with you and your followers. Each of you must bring a pan and put incense in it and present it to the Lord. There'll be 250 pans for the leaders, and one pan for you and one pan for Aaron." So each man got a pan and put burning incense in it. Then they stood at the entrance of the meeting tent. Moses and Aaron also stood there. Korah also gathered all the people together at the entrance of the meeting tent. Then the glory of the Lord appeared to everyone there. The Lord said to Moses and Aaron, "Move away from these men. I want to destroy them now." But Moses and Aaron bowed to the ground and cried out, "God, you know what your people are thinking. Please don't be angry with all these people. Only one man really sinned." Then the Lord said to Moses, "Tell the people to move away from the tents of Korah, Dathan, and Abiram." Moses stood and went to Dathan and Abiram. All the elders of Israel followed him. Moses warned the people, "Move away from the tents of these evil men. Don't touch anything that belongs to them. If you do, you will be destroyed because of their sins." So the men moved away from the tents of Korah, Dathan, and Abiram. Dathan and Abiram went to their tents. They stood outside of their tents with their wives, children, and little babies. Now, what did the babies do, Jesus? Then Moses said, "I will show you proof that the Lord sent me to do all the things I told you. I will show you that all these things were not my own idea. These men will die. But if they die in a normal way, the way people always die, then that will show that the Lord did not really send me. But if the Lord causes them to die in a different way, then you will know that these men have sinned against the Lord. This is the proof. The earth will open and swallow them. They will go down to their graves still alive, and everything that belongs to these men will go down with them." When Moses finished saying these things, the ground under the men opened. It was as if the earth opened its mouth and swallowed them. All of Korah's men, their families. Lord, what did the families do, Jesus? And everything they owned went down into the earth. They went down into their grave alive. Everything they owned went with them. Then the earth closed over them. They were finished, gone from the camp. The Israelite heard the cries of the men being destroyed. Jesus, help us. So they all ran in different directions and said, "The earth will swallow us too." Then the fire came down from the Lord and destroyed the 250 men who were offering the incense. The Lord said to Moses, "Tell Eleazar, son of Aaron the priest, to get all the incense pans from the fire. Tell him to scatter the coals and ashes. These men sinned against me, and their sin cost their lives. But the incense pans are still holy. The pans became holy when people gave them to the Lord. Hammer the pans into flat sheets. Use the metal sheets to cover the altar. This will be a warning to all the Israelites." So Eleazar the priest gathered together all the bronze pans that the men had brought. These men were all burned up, but the pans were still there. Then Eleazar told some men to hammer the pans into flat metal. Then he put the metal sheets on the altar. He did this the way the Lord commanded him through Moses. This was a sign to help the Israelites remember that only someone from the family of Aaron should burn incense before the Lord. Any other person who burns incense before the Lord will die like Korah and his followers. Aaron saves the people. The next day, all the Israelites complained against Moses and Aaron. They said, "You killed the Lord's people." Moses and Aaron were standing at the entrance of the tent meeting. People gathered together at that place to complain against Moses and Aaron. But when they looked toward the meeting tent, here we go again, the cloud covered it and the glory of the Lord appeared there. Then Moses and Aaron went to the front of the meeting tent. The Lord said to Moses, "Move away from these people so that I can destroy them now." So Moses and Aaron bowed their faces to the ground. Then Moses said to Aaron, "Get your bronze pan and put some fire from the altar." Then he put incense in it. "Hurry to the people and do the things that will make them pure. The Lord is angry with them. The trouble has already started." So Aaron got the incense and the fire, and he ran to the middle of the people, but the sickness had already started among them. So Aaron stood between the dead and those who were still alive. He did what Moses said to remove their sin, and the sickness stopped there. But 14,700 people died from that sickness. And that's not counting the people who died because of Korah. So the terrible sickness was stopped, and Aaron went back to Moses at the entrance of the meeting tent. Number 17, God proves Aaron is a high priest. The Lord said to Moses, "Speak to the Israelites, get 12 wooden walking sticks from them. Get one from the leader of each of the 12 tribes. Write the name of each man on his walking stick. On the stick from Levi, write Aaron's name. There must be one stick for the head of each of the 12 tribes. Put these walking sticks in the meeting tent in front of the box of the agreement. This is the place where I meet with you. I will choose one man to be the true priest. You will know that the man that I choose, because his walking stick will begin to grow new leaves. In this way, I will stop the people from always complaining against you and me." So Moses spoke to the Israelites. Each of the leaders gave him a walking stick. There were 12 walking sticks. There was one stick from each leader of each tribe. One of the walking sticks belonged to Aaron. Moses put the walking sticks before the Lord in the tent of the agreement. The next day, Moses entered the tent. He saw that Aaron's walking stick, the stick from the family of Levi, was the one that had grown new leaves. That walking stick had even grown branches and made almonds. So Moses brought out all the sticks from the Lord's place. He showed the walking sticks to the Israelites. They all looked at the sticks, and each man took his own stick back. Then the Lord said to Moses, "Put Aaron's walking stick back in the front of the box that holds the agreement. This will be a warning for these people who are always turning against me. This will stop their complaining against me so that I will not destroy them." So Moses did what the Lord commanded him. The Israelites said to Moses, "We know that we will die. We are lost. We will all be destroyed. Anyone who even comes near the Lord's holy place will die. Is it true that we will all die?" So you all said you're going to die, and then you're going to ask the question. Lord have mercy. All right. The book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 1. The work of the priests and the Levites. The Lord said to Aaron, "You, your sons, and all the people in your father's family must bear the responsibility for any wrong that is done against the holy place or against the priests. To prevent that from happening, you must bring the rest of the men from the tribe of Levi to join you. These Levites will help you and your sons do your work in the tent of the agreement. These Levites will be under your control. They will do all the work that needs to be done to the tent, but they must not go near the things in the holy place or the altar. If they do, they will die, and you also will die. They will join you and work with you. They will be responsible for caring for the meeting tent. All the work that must be done in the tent will be done by them. No one else may come near the place where you are. You are responsible for caring for the holy place and the altar. I don't want to become angry with the Israelites again. I myself chose the Israelites from among all the Israelites, or chose the Levites, rather, from among all the Israelites. They are as a gift to you. I gave them to you to serve the Lord and to work in the meeting tent. But Aaron, only you and your sons may serve as priests. You are the only ones who can go near the altar behind the curtain into the most holy place. I'm giving you a gift, your service as a priest. Anyone who else who tries to come too close must be killed." Then the Lord said to Aaron, "I myself," isn't that something? If you try to get close to God, you be killed. Thank God for Jesus. Then the Lord said to Aaron, "I myself gave you responsibility over all the special gifts people give to me. All the holy gifts that the Israelites give to me, I give to you. You and your sons can share in these gifts. They will always belong to you. The people will bring gifts, grain offerings, sin offerings, and guilt offerings. These offerings are most holy. You share in the most holy offerings will come from the part that are not burned, your share rather. All these things will be for you and your sons. Eat these things only in a very holy place. Every male in your family may eat them, but you must remember that these offerings are holy. The Israelites will bring special gifts that you will lift up to me. I give these gifts to you and your sons and daughters. That is your share. Everyone in your family who is clean will be able to eat it. And I give you all the best olive oil and all the best new wine and grain. These are the things that the Israelites give to me, the Lord. These are the first things that they gather in their harvest. When the people gather harvest, they bring all the first things to the Lord. These things I will give to you, and everyone in your family who is clean may eat it. I can see how the people complain. So Moses is the leader. His brother's the high priest, and they get all of the best things. I see now. Anything in Israel that is a special, thank God for Jesus and equality. Anything in Israel that is a special gift to God is yours. A woman's first baby and an animal's first baby must be given to the Lord. That baby will belong to you. If the firstborn animal is unclean, then it must be bought back. If the baby is a child, that child must be bought back. If the baby is a child, a baby is a child. They must make the payment when the baby is 1 month old. The cost will be 5 shekels of silver. You must use official measure to weigh this silver. A shekel by the official measure is 20 gerahs. But you must not make a payment for the firstborn cow, sheep, or goat. These animals are holy. Sprinkle their blood on the altar and burn their fat as a sweet-smelling gift to the Lord. But the meat from these animals will be yours, and also the breast that was lifted up to the Lord will be yours, and the right thigh from the other offerings will be yours. I, the Lord, give you everything that the people offer as holy gifts. This is your share. I give it to you and your sons and your daughters. This law will continue forever. It is an agreement with the Lord that cannot be broken. I make this promise to you and your descendants. The Lord also said to Aaron, you will not get any of the land, and you will not own anything that the other people own. I myself will be yours. The Israelites will get the land that I promised, but I am my gift to you. That's a good message. The Israelites will give 1/10 of everything they have. So I give that 1/10 to the Levites. This is their payment for the work they do while they serve at the meeting tent. Oh, so they're on salary. But the other Israelites must never go near the meeting tent. If they do, they must be put to death. The Levites will do the work of caring for the meeting tent. They must bear the responsibility of anything done against it. This is a law that will continue forever. The Levites will not get any of the land that I promised to the other Israelites, but the Israelites will give 1/10 of everything they have to the Lord, and I will give that 1/10 to the Levites. This is why I said these words about the Levites. They will not get the land that I promised the Israelites. The Lord said to Moses, speak to the Levites and tell them, the Israelites will give 1/10 of everything they own to the Lord. That 1/10 belongs to the Levites. But you must give 1/10 of that to the Lord as your offering. That 10th will be your offering to the Lord. It will be like grain from your threshing floor, wine from your own winepress. In this way, you will also give an offering to the Lord, just as the other Israelites do. You will get the 1/10 that the Israelites give to the Lord, and then you will give 1/10 of that to Aaron the high priest. So Aaron basically got wealthy. All the people paid tithes to the priests, and all the priests paid 1/10 of the tithe, of their tithe that they received, to Aaron the high priest. When the Israelites give you 1/10 of everything that they own, wow, so he became wealthy. Then you must give the best and the holiest parts of these things as your gift to the Lord. Moses, tell this to the Levites. When you give the best part of what you receive to the Lord, it will be the same as grain from your own threshing floor and wine from your own winepress. You and your families can eat all that is left. This is your payment for the work you do in the meeting tent. And if you always give the best part of it to the Lord, you will never be guilty. You will always remember that these gifts are the holy offerings from the Israelites, and you will not die. This is the word of the Lord. Place those words in the comment section. This is the word of the Lord. Make sure you follow, like, share, and subscribe, and share with everyone to join us every morning to read through the Bible.